Greetings, America, and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado, registered pharmacist number 12275. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your vitality and health and well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 27 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension, obesity, skin diseases like acne, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure, because the human biological system is a healing system, it's a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing, renewing, regenerating system a miracle, it is truly no miracle at all. It is simply the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, we want to hear from you. We welcome your calls. On the Bright Side, our number is 855-660-4261. That's 855-660-4261. If you have questions about prescription drugs, you want to get off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we can help you do that. Of course, if you have questions about the longevity products or ingredients or something you may have heard on the news, skincare questions, we're glad to help. 855-660-4261 is our number for you guys who want to purchase any of the longevity products that you hear advertised on the Bright Side or you hear us recommend on the Bright Side. You can call the Bright Side Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. You can also head over to my website, brightsideben.com, and you can click on the Buy Now link. You'll find all the longevity products up there. Or you can also click on the Join the Team link if you want to start a longevity business for a one-time $10 fee. You can enjoy all of the tax benefits associated with having your own business. You can write off your sample products. You can write off your mileage, write off your home office. Of course, you can get your products at the wholesale price, too, and you just help spread the word about the power and the importance of a good nutritional supplement program and make some money while you're doing it. Click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com, or you can call the Bright Side Ben phone team at 866-735-2470, and they can tell you all about it. And I also want to encourage you to check out my blog, pharmacistben.com, which we update regularly with news stories as well as blog posts. Thank you to my webmaster, Robert Lundgren. Appreciate your work, Robert, very much. All right, if you're in the Austin area, I also want to remind you that I'll be doing a talk at Harlan's Brave New Books for Harlan. If you're in the Austin area, I know we got a lot of listeners in Austin. I'd love to see you guys come by and say hi. That'll be this Thursday, the 23rd of January, and I'm pretty sure it's at 7 p.m., but I'll get you more info on that tomorrow. Brave New Books in Austin, Texas this Thursday. Hope to see you out there. Okay, we are talking about the most abundant amino acid in the body, a super important supplemental amino acid, one of my favorite supplements. It has a little bit of a dark side, and there's some folks who are saying that you might not want to supplement with glutamine. I don't buy into that. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Glutamine, the supplement, this amino acid, the most abundant amino acid in the body, glutamine, really, really important as a fuel source. Cells can derive energy from glutamine like they do from glucose, as we said on our last program. That makes glutamine really helpful for sugar cravings. You can actually get energy. Cells can get energy from glutamine as they can from glucose, but glutamine doesn't really affect insulin as much as glucose. It might affect it a little bit, but certainly not as much as glucose does. And that means glutamine's great for diabetics. If you're trying to wean yourself off of bread or pasta or sweets, if you just have that kind of hypoglycemia, low blood sugar kind of feeling in the middle of the day, glutamine can help. Glutamine is the primary source of fuel for all rapidly dividing cells. That means cells of the immune system, that means cells of the skin, and it means cells of the digestive tract. Glutamine is awesome for all digestive tract issues. Even folks who don't believe in supplementing with glutamine have to concede that if you're dealing with leaky gut syndrome or any kind of breakdown in the digestive lining, digestive tract, glutamine can be one of your best supplemental friends. And to think of the digestive tract as a long tube similar to a garden hose, the intestinal cells would make up what would be the lining of the garden hose. Outside the garden hose would be your blood and the contents of the garden hose, which in the case of our digestive tract garden hose would be the food. So you got food going down the garden hose, going down the digestive tract. We're calling it a garden hose. And that food is separated from the outside part of the digestive tract, the outside part of the garden hose, only by digestive lining cells. Outside the digestive tract, or digestive tract / garden hose, you get the blood. And the only barrier between the food we eat and the blood are these enterocytes, these intestinal cells. That makes these intestinal cells really, really, really important. Remember, the blood is the sacred space. Nothing gets into the blood unless it's been processed and purified and cleared as not being an enemy. And the bouncers, the guards, the guardians of the blood are the intestinal cells, the enterocytes. They form a wall. They form a barrier between food that we eat and the blood. The blood is the holy of holies. The blood is the sacred space of the body, and nothing, absolutely nothing, is supposed to get into the blood unless it's been fully processed. When our enterocytes, when our intestinal cells, which are running on glutamine, let me say that again, these things are important, and they're running on glutamine. When the enterocytes, intestinal cells are healthy, we eat our food. Enzymes and acids and various digestive chemicals act on our hamburgers and our steaks and our pasta and our peanut butter and jelly sandwich, whatever we're eating. When the foods get broken down into their component parts, amino acids, vitamins, minerals, glucose, triglycerides, fats, and then, and only then, only after the foods that we eat have been broken down into their constituent parts, into their smallest parts, then and only then intestinal cells, enterocytes, will suck those nutrients up, and then they will get released into the blood very carefully and in a very regulated fashion. However, when these intestinal cells, when these enterocytes that line our garden hose, that line our intestinal tract or digestive tract garden hose, when these enterocytes become weakened, big problems follow. I would probably tell you that almost all degenerative diseases, cancer, arthritis, diabetes, Parkinson's disease, autoimmune disease, especially autoimmune diseases, all of these things involve on some level messed up enterocytes, messed up intestinal cells. This is where gluten acts, by the way. Gluten acts to muck up these intestinal cells. In fact, not just gluten, but a lot of plant materials. This is a major weapon, a major defensive mechanism for plants. They manufacture chemicals that disrupt or disturb enterocytes. These chemicals are called lectins. We've talked about them. And gluten is just one, but it's a classic example of a plant defensive molecule, chemical warfare made by plants that disturb enterocytes, that disturb intestinal cells, that disturb the lining of our garden hose. These garden hose enterocytes, which are acting like bouncers, regulate what is getting into the blood. Only nutrients that have been fully processed are going to gain entrance into the bloodstream. When the enterocytes break down, they begin to lose energy, they get weakened. Incompletely digested food particles, for the most part peptides, can sneak into the bloodstream. Peptides are little pieces of protein. When we eat a protein-containing food, and all foods contain a little bit of protein, that protein has to get broken down into amino acids, the little tiniest building blocks. But sometimes, before the proteins get completely broken down into amino acids, when there's still maybe 4 or 5 or 6 or 3 amino acids long, they're called peptides, they can sneak into the blood when the enterocytes are weakened. Hang tight, I'll tell you what I mean when we come back from our break. I am Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. Our number's 855-660-4261. Got a couple lines open for you. We'll be back right after this. Don't go away.
Many Americans suffer from digestive problems, often totally unaware they're not absorbing essential nutrients from foods and supplements. Dr. Peter Glidden is aware of the importance of healing a damaged digestive system.
Now, the product that I'm going to talk about today, Mackey Plus, and it is a combination of a superfruit, the Mackey berry, and aloe vera juice. Now, aloe vera is a very interesting nutritional supplement to talk about because aloe vera, it's the stuff that you put on your skin if you get a burn. And, man, it really knocks down the pain, the inflammation of the burn, and facilitates healing. Well, guess what? It does the same thing internally that it does externally to burns.
To soothe and heal your digestive system, order Mackey Plus today by calling 855-347-3696. That's 855-347-3696. Or on the web at fireyourmdnow.com. That's fireyourmdnow.com.
Quantitative easing, unemployment at depression levels, Europe financial system falling apart, China getting out of U.S. treasuries. At the end of 2008, the time of TARP, the national debt was at $11 trillion, gold trading around $850 per ounce. Close to 2012, the national debt exceeded $16.4 trillion, gold doubled to $1,600 per ounce. The $20 trillion threshold for the national debt is inevitable. Politicians in Washington have a ferocious appetite for spending and stimulus. What's worse, a printing press to finance. 100 years ago, we had a gold standard to limit this madness, but now you have to adopt your own gold standard. Don't be fooled with paper promises. Get Midas Resources 10 Reasons to Buy Gold free by calling 800-686-2237. Understanding the gold and silver market may be the only insurance you could have to avoiding the next economic crisis. Call 1-800-686-2237 and order your free copy. Again, that's 800-686-2237.
We all know that Berkey water purification systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water filtration systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
It's time for a home security quiz. What effective home security device is smaller than a coffee cup, fakes out burglars into thinking someone is home at your house while you're away, plugs into any wall outlet, is recommended by many police departments, and sells for less than $30? Yes, it's Fake TV. This year, about 1 in every 50 U.S. homes will have a break-in, with burglars usually picking the easy target, a dark house that looks like no one is home. Fake TV is a small electronic security device that makes it look like someone is home watching TV by simulating the light from a real TV. Fake TV could be the difference between coming home to a secure house or one that's been ransacked. To get your Fake TV for only $29.95 with free shipping, go to faketv.com or call 1-877-5-FAKE-TV. That's 877-532-5388 or go to faketv.com. Fake TV, the burglar deterrent.
We are America's largest independently owned communications network, GCN.
All right, we are back on the bright side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for joining us. We're here Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central Time, 24/7 on our archive page at brightsideben.com. You'll find a shopping cart up there and a Join the Team link that you can click on if you want to start a longevity business, make some money selling longevity products. Join me in my mission to help educate the world about the power and the importance of a good nutritional supplement program. Get your products at the wholesale price. Enjoy all the tax benefits associated with having your own business. You can find out all about it at brightsideben.com. Click on the Join the Team link, or you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470, 866-735-2470. All right, we were talking about glutamine and the digestive system. Glutamine is a fuel for lots of cells in the body, especially fast-dividing cells. The cells that line our garden tube digestive tract are very fast-dividing. That's because they're constantly being wounded. Think about it. You're eating foods. These things are constantly processing things, and cells are being damaged and wounded. They're constantly being replaced and repaired. And glutamine is involved in fueling this entire process. That makes them glutamine very important for the health of intestinal cells. When intestinal cells get weakened, big problems result. When we eat foods, those foods get processed and digestive juices by enzymes, and those foods get broken down into their constituent or component parts. If they don't get broken down completely into their tiniest little parts, big problems can result, especially if the intestinal tract becomes weakened, especially when it comes to proteins. We eat protein foods. They're supposed to get broken down to amino acids. If they're not broken down completely and they're just left as peptides and the enterocytes have become weakened, those peptides can sneak into the Holy of Holies, the sacred space of the blood. They can kind of go around, do an end run around these enterocytes, sneaking in kind of the back door, and from there, we're off to the disease races, especially autoimmune diseases. This is why I'm always telling you, there is no such thing as an autoimmune disease that is not preceded by some kind of digestive health breakdown. You're not going to hear that from your doctor. And this is why the modern medical model is useless, impotent, helpless when it comes to treating these kinds of disorders. Do you know to this day there's not a single way that your doctor can help you deal with an autoimmune disease, or any disease for that matter, any degenerative disease? Nada, nothing, zippo, zero. There's nothing your doctor can do, yet we persist in heading to our doctor at the first sign of some kind of degenerative disease, some kind of breakdown in the body. For the most part, the large majority of us, perhaps present company excluded, at least some present company excluded, we head to the doctor oblivious to the fact that they can't do anything about it. Nothing, except give you an immune suppressant. Congratulations, they'll shut down your immune system. That's how they do it. And the reason they can't help you is because they're not addressing the cause. They're not addressing where the breakdown begins, which is in the digestive system. Now, if you have stuff leaking into the blood every once in a while, that's one thing. Now, if it happens once, that's probably not a big deal. But it doesn't happen once. It doesn't happen twice. It doesn't happen 3 times because we're not correcting the problem, because we don't know where the problem is. So once things get into the blood, once things do this little, food does this little end run around the enterocytes, it tends to keep happening. It happens not once or twice or 3 times. It happens once or twice or 3 times a day for weeks and months and years and decades. And this leakage of food particles, mostly peptides, around weakened enterocytes into the blood, initiating an immune response. That's what happens. Once this stuff gets into the blood, the immune system becomes activated. A red alert goes off. I love the metaphor of the robot in Lost in Space. When I think of an autoimmune or immune response in the blood, I think of that robot. I don't know how many of you guys remember the television show Lost in Space. There's a robot on there, and every time some kind of emergency came, he'd go, danger, 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 and he'd flap his little robot arms around. And that's what I think of when the immune system is alerted because stuff is getting into the blood. Danger, Will Robinson, danger, danger, danger. And an entire immune response is initiated in the darn blood. That means inflamed blood. Now, what do you think? What do you think that's going to do to the body when the blood is inflamed? It's one thing to have a joint inflamed, but when you have the blood inflamed, the blood delivers stuff everywhere. Remember, this is the sacred space. This is the Holy of Holies. Once the blood is inflamed, everything becomes clotted and sticky and clogged. Secretion of fluids becomes messed up. Oxygen delivery becomes messed up. Nutrient delivery becomes messed up. Detoxification. The blood's doing all these things, and once you get this stickiness and this clogginess and this inflammation in the blood, all these things are compromised. And remember, it's all coming from weakened enterocytes and incomplete digestion. So over the course of time, you get this blood inflammatory process that infects the entire body. It robs the blood of oxygen. That causes further damage. And one of the fastest ways to clot the blood is to rob it of oxygen. So you got more clogging, more clotting, further damage. You get this negative downward spiral, all following weakened enterocytes, weakened digestion. This is why I hit on the digestive system so much on this program. I know probably if you don't listen to a lot of healthcare shows and you're just listening to this show, it sounds like I'm really going crazy with the digestive system, but you can see how important it is. If stuff gets into the blood secondary to a weakened digestive system, all diseases are likely. Any disease is likely. All diseases are possible. And by the way, this leakage of food into the blood, leaky gut syndrome, is one of the major reasons why anticoagulant drugs are among the best-selling drugs and represent such big-time dollars for drug companies. And drug companies aren't going to tell you any different. Read the pharmacy trade magazines. If you ever get bored, Google Pharmacy Times or U.S. Pharmacist. See if you can get just look at a sample copy of it, and you're guaranteed you're going to find at least 1 or 2 or 3 advertisements for some kind of nasty blood-thinning drug. Now they're on TV, these commercials for blood-thinning drugs, Pradaxa and such. All of which is to say, folks, you want to keep your enterocytes healthy, and there's a lot of things you could do to keep your enterocytes healthy. We talked in the past about something called NAG, N-A-G, N-acetylglucosamine. You'll find NAG in supplements. You'll find it in aloe. You'll find it in noni. Bone soup is a good source of NAG. The glucogel caps can provide you with glucosamine, which your body can convert into NAG. We don't talk about the glucogel caps as being good for your digestive system, but they are. The glucogel caps are good for all connective tissue as well. They're good for joints, obviously. That's what they're marketed for arthritis. But you can get, via this glucosamine, you can get some real good assistance for leaky gut syndrome and for digestive health in general. Vitamin C is important for the digestive lining, the enterocytes. Vitamin E is important. So is zinc. Very important for all fast-dividing cells. But of all the nutrients you can use for the health of your enterocytes, nothing is more important than glutamine, which, as I said, is the primary fuel for the cells, for the enterocyte cells that line our garden hose intestinal tract. These enterocytes are in a state of constant activity. They're constantly turning over, and they depend on fuel like glutamine to accomplish lots of their processing of food work. In addition to forming a barrier between the intestine and the rest of the body, which is so important, intestinal cells also play a major detoxification role. Glutamine is used to make glutathione in the intestinal cells, in the enterocytes. We'll talk about glutathione here in the coming days. Glutathione is your master detox molecule. And as it turns out, as you might expect, considering all the detox properties and responsibilities of intestinal cells, they make a lot of glutathione. Glutathione building is a very, very important health strategy. We will continue our discussion on glutamine and glutathione when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back after this.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right. General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for under $30,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet under $30,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100-foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Take delivery in spring. 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, listen carefully. Sweeping changes to IRS policies will help more people than ever eliminate their tax debts once and for all. And now, I can help you reduce or eliminate your tax debts and end your tax nightmare. Hi, I'm Dan Pilla. I've helped thousands of people reduce and eliminate tax debts they couldn't pay, and after more than 30 years of experience dealing with the IRS, I can tell you there's no such thing as a hopeless tax case. And with the IRS's new policies, it's easier than ever to put your tax debt behind you once and for all. Call now at 800-346-6829 to learn how I can help you. You know your IRS debt will not go away by itself, but you don't have to live in fear anymore. Call 800-346-6829. Learn how I can help you eliminate wage and bank levies, release tax liens, and negotiate a settlement with the IRS that will put your tax nightmare behind you forever. Call 800-34-NO-TAX or go to taxhelponline.com. That's taxhelponline.com.
To thank you for being a loyal listener, we have a limited time freebie offer for you. Claim your free heirloom tomato seeds, just pay shipping, right now at 123freeseeds.com. These aren't ordinary seeds. These are heirloom, non-genetically modified super seeds that are open pollinated and can be grown, harvested, and replanted endlessly. These survival seeds are actually more valuable than gold in a crisis. Go to 123freeseeds.com and you can get an airtight storage packet of 150 super seeds free while supplies last to say thank you for being a loyal listener. First come, first served. Just cover shipping. Go to 123freeseeds.com now to see if your free heirloom seeds are still available. That's 123freeseeds.com.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE, 855-340-7283.
Great news, pure water lovers. BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com has a special discount offer for all GCN listeners. You can't do better than a Big Berkey for economy. For only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. There's none better than a Big Berkey for emergency preparedness as a backup water source. And you just can't beat a Big Berkey to remove dangerous chlorine, all types of fluoride, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, parasites, and unhealthy byproducts from municipal water. Berkey water filter systems are even powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. For the gold standard in water filters, get a Big Berkey at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And all GCN listeners get 5% off all ceramic filter systems. For details, call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
GCN. New year, new attitude, new shows. Man Cow is now on GCN.
All right, we are back on the bright side. Thank you for joining us, friends. A couple more things I want to tell you about glutamine, and then we'll take your calls. Glutamine, just think enterocytes, think intestinal cells. Glutamine is important for all fast-dividing cells, immune cells, skin cells, the cells of the digestive lining. It helps you make glutathione in the intestinal cells, and then glutathione is a major antioxidant detoxifier. You never want your enterocytes deprived of energy. Glutamine is fuel for the enterocytes. You don't want any cells deprived of energy. That's really the bottom line to health and wellness. Cells need energy to do their work. When we talk about disease and degeneration, we're talking about cells that don't have energy. Glutamine is fuel, it's gas, it's energy for enterocytes, and in this way, glutamine supplementation can not only help enterocytes, but glutamine is used as fuel for the whole body. So glutamine can help every system in the body, but by helping intestinal cells stay energized, and via this glutathione connection, it can help prevent and reverse leaky gut syndrome, and thereby help reverse, eliminate, or prevent degenerative diseases of all kinds, including autoimmune diseases. All right, there's tons more I want to tell you about glutamine. We'll continue, we'll wind this thing down here in the next day or two, and then we'll get into some stuff about the master antioxidant, master detoxifier. Glutathione, of course, glutamine being a major component of this master cancer fighter. Take 5 grams of glutamine every day, a teaspoon. Put it in water, drink it down. It has no taste to it, and even though there's some healthcare professionals who don't recommend supplementing with glutamine, we'll talk about that here tomorrow or the next day, in my humble opinion, it's probably a wise thing to do, especially if you're dealing with a degenerative disease or a digestive problem or leaky gut syndrome. Okay, our number today, 855-660-4261. I will be doing a webinar this evening for the Natural Solutions Health Summit. It's naturalsolutionshealthsummit.com if you want to look up the website. And we have Brianne Hovey on the line. Brianne's going to tell us a little bit about it. Natural Solutions Health Summit. Greetings, Brianne. How you doing?
Hi, Ben. Good. How are you doing?
Good. I'm doing well. Nice to talk to you. Tell our listeners a little bit about the seminar or webinar tonight.
Yeah,
or all week, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be going all week. It's 30 different classes in 6 days. And the classes are about 45-minute long. They're all accessible online or even over the phone. So they range from anything from hormones to making over your medicine cabinet with natural solutions, building better skin. We talk about men's health in particular and about helping your kids start to love greens, raw food. Honestly, so many different topics. So
Who's
fantastic.
Who's doing the skin?
Her name is Angela McElroy. It's someone I've actually worked with for about 10 years and is a fantastic educator, so I'm excited about it.
When is that going to be? I want to tune into that one.
Yeah, that's Thursday, January 23rd. So then just go to that website and you'll be able to get more information about this. Yeah, Natural Solutions Health Summit. So what's funny is that today is actually the first day of the summit. We're currently doing the very first class as we speak. So any of your listeners, this is going to be only for you guys because the registration closed yesterday. But if you go to the website today and you go to naturalsolutionshealthsummit.com and you go to the contact page and you plug in that you're one of Brightside listeners, then we will send you the link list and you can register for any of the classes. Not only that, but for free because the registration was $99 and you will get to attend all of these classes for free because you're a Brightside listener.
Brianne, I owe you one. Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you so much for doing that.
Ben's tonight is, like you said, tonight at 6:30 Mountain Time is Ben's class, the Brightside Basics. So make sure that first year you get on right now and register because the classes are filling up. And the last thing I'll say is there's a giveaway in every single class live. But once you register, you're actually going to get access for 2 weeks. You can listen to any of the classes that were done, the recorded version. But make sure to try to be on live for the live giveaways.
Thank you so much, Brianne. That's naturalsolutionshealthsummit.com. I appreciate that very much, and so do my listeners.
Thanks, Ben. I'm excited to talk tonight.
Talk to you later today, too. Give me a call, okay? Thanks, Brianne.
Bye-bye.
Okay. That's my friend Brianne Hovey. She's doing a webinar, a week of webinars at naturalsolutionshealthsummit.com. She just offered it free for Brightside listeners. How cool is that? And it's ordinarily $99. I'm going to be doing something I call the Brightside Basics, which is something we don't get to talk about a lot on the program. We're always talking about specific things, but I'm going to do it's going to be a PowerPoint presentation. It's called Brightside Basics, and I'll be doing mine at 6:30. And you can find out all about it at naturalsolutionshealthsummit.com. Okay, time to hit our phones. 855-660-4261. Ken in Indiana, welcome to the Bright Side. What's up, buddy? Ken, we got an awful connection. I'll tell you what. Call me right back. I'll get you first up. I'm going to take another call. Call me right back, and I'll take you first up. I apologize, but I just can't make heads or tails of what you're saying. But if you call me right back, we'll put you first up. Carl, the Truth Raider, welcome to the Bright Side. How'd your gig go, Carl?
Oh, it went okay. I was a little bit long in the bio, but they forgave me for it. But it turned out okay. Got a little bit of challenges for the topics that I was talking about by Fritz. He challenged a couple of the items that I had on the list of research about the topic that I've been working on, the whole thing about the 30 little facts about America. And he challenged that perhaps one of the two of the items were maybe compartmentalized to a particular time and a particular state and not something that is, in fact, for the whole country. And he challenged me on that. But
Fritz
anyway,
this is your friend Fritz you're talking about at Springmire?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he attended the group there. But anyway, today it's the Truth Raider getting in your face with the facts.
I love
That is my mission.
I love it.
And I wanted to contribute to the show today.
Okay. How can we help? How can you contribute?
Well, this is something you're not going to hear very much, Ben. They're selling gold and silver coins for alternative currency and bitcoins, etc., for protecting your assets in the future. But if something happens untoward that causes us to be able to have a breakdown in commerce, you want to, and this is something you're not going to hear very much, you want to stock up on all your nutritional supplements by going to the Brightside, Ben.com team for all the listeners out there. Stock up on everything you can think of, your EFAs, whether it be Rebound, whether it would be Beyond Tangy Tangerine.
Protein, too.
Magnesium, protein-based stuff.
Yeah,
Nascent iodine, very, very important in this day and age now.
Yep, that's right.
Magnesium, all of that stuff. And think of about this is something people need to do. They need to think in perspective of what they would buy for a whole year. And for those who can afford doing it, I know it's difficult for most people to do this, but those who can afford it, what they're going to do in the future, and it's not talked about too much, they're going to restrict our ability to be able to purchase vitamins and certain supplements that we need, nutritional supplements that we need when there's a breakdown and things. So that's my advice out there, because I don't think you can eat coins.
Well, thank you. No, you can't eat coins, and I think there's some. I think that's a really good point, Truth Raider. And you don't need you need obviously a lot of supplements, but the basic ones like B vitamins, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, vitamin C, and protein and essential fats. Man, you'd be smart to stock up on that. That's a great tip, Truth Raider. I appreciate that very much, and thanks for contributing, and thanks so much for your call. God bless you, buddy. Thanks for your work too, Truth Raider. Ken in Indiana, are you back?
This is Dave Fuchs. Can you hear me now?
I hear you much better. That was an awful connection. What's going on, my friend?
I'm sorry. I live in a rural area. I have a couple questions for you if you have time. The second one is about Silver Stow technology. But I'm curious about the antioxidant astaxanthin. That's
Astaxanthin. We'll talk astaxanthin. We got to take a break, Ken. I apologize. Hang tight. We'll talk astaxanthin. We'll talk some colloidal silver when we come back. So hang tight. If you're on hold, stay there. We'll get to your calls when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Break Side on the Genesis Communication Network.
You have all seen and heard about the elements of the periodic table. These elements are the building blocks of everything in the universe. You, my friends, are made from these elements. A shortage of any of these important trace elements can lead to disease. Go with the science and take the Lady Talk Health Challenge and get all 90 essential trace elements with a healthy start pack at LadyTalkLive.com or call 855-333-LADY. That's 855-333-5239.
Research shows it's not just what you put in your body that counts, it's what you put on it as well. Why not use an all-natural, healthy mineral-based makeup that actually benefits your skin? Once you experience the airiness and flawless coverage of Longevity mineral makeup, you will never use anything else. With Longevity, the perception of your complexion will be natural perfection. Animal-friendly mineral makeup at Mary Lou Health. That's MARILU Health.com. Or call 855-321-HEALTH.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
Would you like being an insider? Would you like getting exclusive access to prizes and better deals? Would you like some help in making sure you and your loved ones are prepared for the next disaster or emergency? If you answered yes to any of these, here's your simple solution. Join Freeze Dry Guy's Survival Insider Club. Not only is your membership free, you get $10 in survival bucks just for signing up. Then you save at least 10% on purchases, plus enjoy insider access to specials, prizes, and other exclusive offers. Since 1970, veteran-owned Freeze Dry Guy has been your trusted source for long-lasting, easy-to-make freeze-dried food and dehydrated food, perfect for emergency preparedness, RV travel, and outdoor needs from camping to sailing. Enjoy life as a survival insider. Call Freeze Dry Guy now at 866-404-3663, 866-404-FOOD, or log on to freezedryguy.com. That's freezedryguy.com.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey Guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit GoBerkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey Guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
Unpredictable, controversial, but always entertaining. The new home of Mancow is GCN.
On the break side, I am Pharmacist Ben, taking your calls, 855-660-4261, talking to Ken in Indiana. Kenny, you there, man?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So a couple things. First of all, you were talking about astaxanthin, right? That's
yes.
What you're saying. Okay, astaxanthin's amazing stuff. It's technically called a carotenoid, like beta-carotene type of substance. It's found in seafood. It's found in algae. You know how salmon has that kind of pink color? Yep. Pinker than most fish? That's astaxanthin. Astaxanthin is red. Sometimes they'll stick a synthetic astaxanthin in farmed salmon. Farmed salmon doesn't have as much of that antioxidant content as real seafood does, or as ocean seafood does. So they'll actually use astaxanthin as a cosmetic kind of ingredient. Astaxanthin is also the active ingredient in krill oil. Krill oil is some neat stuff. It's a little pricey. You only get it in capsules, so you don't really get the big doses of omega-3s that you would in ordinary fish oil. Some people don't think you need big doses of fish oil. In any case, krill oil is really interesting stuff because the krill molecule actually has some astaxanthin in it. Astaxanthin is really important for protecting you from the sun. It's anti-aging. It's got cardiovascular benefits. It can improve blood fats. On and on. The benefits are just tremendous. But it is just one of 800 different carotenoid substances, as important as it is. I don't know if I'd be supplementing with astaxanthin. You're probably best off getting your astaxanthin in foods like algae, especially seaweed algae. Fucoid Z radical will get you some astaxanthin. Does that help you?
Yes, but I was taking 5 milligrams a day. Is that?
There's more important things to take, in my opinion. I mean, it's not going to hurt you, certainly, but there's more important things to say. And there's no real dosage. Nobody really knows how much astaxanthin you need. I don't know if 5 milligrams is a good dose, because nobody knows if 5 milligrams is a good dose or how much you really need. Astaxanthin is important stuff, yes, but it's only one of, as I say, 800 different carotenoids, 700 or 800 different carotenoids. As important as it is, I don't want to marginalize its importance, but it is only one of a bunch of carotenoid substances, and you need them all. That's, in my opinion, the best way to get your astaxanthin is from salmon and seafood, seaweed, I should say, salmon and seaweed.
My second question is about Silver Soap Technology. Now, I can tell you a brand name. I don't know if you want me to tell you that.
Sure, go ahead.
Was it super, what am I thinking of? I'm sorry, I can't think of the name.
What was your question, or what did you want to say about it?
A lot of people, there's two kinds. There's itemized, and then there's Gorilla. Supernatural Silver is what I'm thinking of, the brand name.
I'm not sure what you're saying by atom. You said atomized colloidal silver?
Well, it's itemized. I mean, it's...
Itemized, like with an I or with an A?
Yeah, I is I.
Itemized?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that term. I don't know what that means.
Well, I'm probably not saying it correctly then. But,
okay.
But what about a supernatural silver, and how much should you take? Is that good stuff for the body, and can you give it to children?
I don't really talk about colloidal silver that much because it's more of a killer, an antiseptic kind of substance. It does have some benefits for burns. They'll use silver in general for burns, and it's non-toxic, but it's not nutrition. And I like focusing on nutrition. That's the whole premise of the Bright Side is we're not sick, we're starving. And so we want to focus on how to help the body do what it does best. The body kills bacteria. The body kills viruses. You have an immune system that's designed to handle these things. And when you start using antibiotics and antiseptics, yeah, they have their place. I'm certainly not, I don't mean to marginalize colloidal silver. It has its place. It's been used successfully to treat multiple disease states. But if you have a disease state, you got something wrong with your body, and you can't just stay on colloidal silver. Your goal should be to try to figure out what the heck's wrong with your body that's allowing these disease states to persist. And that's why I very rarely talk about colloidal silver, as helpful as it can be, especially if you're dealing with some kind of abrasion or burn or some kind of digestive gut problem, as we've been talking about. There's a place for colloidal silver, and there's a lot of radio shows that talk about it, but I don't really emphasize it too much on this program simply because I don't believe that the body needs these kinds of things if it is healthy and strong and vital, and that, my friends, is the job of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Give the body what it needs, give the body what it works with, let the body do the work. That's
it would be good to. It would be good to have it around to use as treatments, to not take or to ward off colds, but not something you take daily. But still, it's a good.
It wouldn't hurt you to take it daily, but you should be more focused on. We have a limited amount of resources. We've got a limited amount of time. You can't sit there and take supplements all day. You can't spend all your money on supplements. So you got to pick and choose. In my opinion, you'd be better off working with vitamin C, vitamin E, zinc, glutamine, working on digestive health, staying away from problem foods. If you're getting sick regularly, more than once every couple of years, that's what I mean, or certainly more than once a year, colloidal silver may help you a little bit, but you got a bigger problem, and that's what you should be focusing on. I hope that helps.
Pharmacist Ben Fuchs, I want to ask you real quick. I know I'm stealing your time today, but how about these electronic cigarettes and the actual nicotine you get them, and because that's one of my downfalls.
They're sure better than smoking, my friend. Better than smoking.
I don't smoke, but nicotine's effect on the body. Is there any positive effects?
Yeah, nicotine has got tremendous untoward effects. Aside from being very addicting, nicotine is actually a neurotransmitter. It's a brain chemical, and the last thing you want to do is start flooding your body with a brain chemical like nicotine. It goes right into your blood. It goes right into your brain. It doesn't. That's the problem with smoking. It goes directly into the blood, and then it goes into the brain. Nicotine acts like a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine, which is a neurotransmitter that's involved in relaxation, and that's one of the reasons why people smoke. They get that kind of relaxing effect. But it's really terrible stuff. It turns out that pesticides work very much the same way as nicotine. In fact, nicotine and pesticides have a lot in common in terms of their biochemistry. So you're basically inhaling a sort of pesticide when you inhale your smoke. I got to move on, Ken. I hope that helped you, buddy.
Thank you so much.
God bless, man. And by the way, nicotinic acid or niacin, vitamin B3, is similar in this regard, too. And that's why nicotinic acid or niacin has been used to treat social anxiety disorder. Nicotine and niacin both can have a slightly relaxing effect, and it can help you. Nicotine and niacin both have a slightly relaxing effect, and using niacin, vitamin B3, can be a trick for helping wean you off of the nicotine addiction associated with cigarette smoking. All right, let's see. Lena in Texas, welcome to the Bright Side. What's up?
Hi, Ben. Happy New Year to you.
Thank you, my dear. How you doing?
I'm doing absolutely fabulous. I know you're going to be here in Austin.
You're in Austin. I hope I get to see you. You're going to come by and say hi?
I'm surely going to try.
Okay, good deal. Hope
what
you do.
What are the time frames you're going to be here?
I think I'm just there for the day. I'll fly in Thursday, leave Friday, but I think it's at 7 o'clock, and I'll probably get to the bookstore early and hang out and talk to folks, and I'll stay as late as you need, but I'm going to try and get there around 5:30, 6 o'clock and hang out with folks, so hopefully I get to see you.
Well, awesome. Hopefully I'll get to shake your hand, but I have two quick questions. I hear you often talk about your skin product line. I need to know where I can find it.
I'm selling I started a skincare company 1991, 23 years ago, and I'm currently in the process of selling it, and then I'm going to start another one, depending on what kind of non-competes I have to deal with. I'll be selling this one. So in the meantime, you can buy products. The name of the company is Sanitas, S-A-N as in Nancy, I-T-A-S, Sanitas. And it won't be mine. They're all my formulas, and as I say, started the company, but I got involved with some some business folks, and I'll be selling it here hopefully this year, hopefully in the next few months. And then we'll be moving on. And I'm not sure. Sometimes when you sell a company, I've never sold a company before, but sometimes what I hear is you get non-compete. So I'm not sure how that'll all play out. But I'll let you know. I'll be talking about it on the air. And then I'm looking to do a skincare radio show. Hopefully I'll be doing that sometime in the next few months. Anyway, starting that out. We're still exploring that, how that's going to work out.
And my second question is, what do you think about this Strivectin product?
Please, that's just a waste. Strivectin is a silly product. In fact, I started Sanitas because I got so ticked off by silly products where they'll put a drop of this and a drop of that in the product and then sell it as a fancy product. Strivectin contains peptides in it. It was one of the first products that had peptides, and as you know, we've talked about peptides in the past for skincare. Don't waste your money on Strivectin, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Don't waste your money on that stuff. I created a product called Peptiderm, which is nearly 60% peptide ingredients, as opposed to like 1 or 2%, which is what Strivectin is. So I would, and it's very expensive, by the way. Strivectin, I think, is like $100 or even more now for a jar of cream. There's no way a jar of product should cost $100. Folks, the skincare business is so unconscionable, and I've been in it for a really long time. It's just a nasty business. But you got people who know nothing about the skin. You have bookkeepers and accountants who are selling skincare products because they can make money. It's just not fair. It's rude, and that's what I'll be talking about, hopefully, if I do this radio program on skincare, which we're still exploring. All right, that's all the time we have for today. I apologize if I left you on hold. Call back tomorrow and tell our call screener we left you on hold, and we'll get you first up. Check out my webinar tonight. It's not my webinar, but I'll be doing a webinar for Natural Health Solutions, Natural Solutions Health Summit, naturalsolutionshealthsummit.com. And I encourage you all to check out my blog, pharmacistben.com, and to join the team at brightsideben.com. We'll be back at you tomorrow with more good health information. Thanks for listening, folks. Have a wonderful, beautiful day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
Curious about what comes next? Next is the feeling of vulnerability you get after you arrive home to discover your house has been ransacked by burglars. Fool the bad guys with a new improved fake TV. You asked for it, we listened, and we made our new fake TV 3 times brighter than our previous model. The brightness of our new fake TV is equivalent to a 40-inch TV. It simulates the color and motion of a real TV while you're away from home. And when burglars think someone is home watching television, they're likely to pass your house and move on to an easier target. The new, brighter Fake TV is only $39.95 and includes free shipping. Go to faketv.com or call 1-877-5-FAKE-TV. That's 877-532-5388. Or go to faketv.com. Fake TV, the burglar deterrent.
American gardeners and fellow patriots, make the right choice with your money, time, and your family food supply. Choose 100% pure heirloom seeds in the Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com. Why spend more? The Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com is only $37.95 and includes 20 varieties of pure, hardy, easy-to-grow heirloom seeds. Yes, only $37.95. That's 70% less than our competitors. You could buy 3 Survival Seed Vaults for less than one of theirs. The Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com includes detailed planting and seed-saving instructions and ships same day. Plus, all orders over $49 ship free. MyPatriotSupply.com is American-owned by patriots like you, passionate about freedom and preparedness. Call now, 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Or discover more emergency preparedness items when you order at MyPatriotSupply.com. Choose the original. Choose the Survival Seed Vault at MyPatriotSupply.com.